Hey everybody, welcome back. This lesson is a short instructional video for how to use the for loop with the in range. So our first example is going to repeat a specified number of times. For num in range 5, this will repeat exactly 5 times. It will print the word spam 5 times. Spam, 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 spam. But how exactly is that working? So to explore this a little bit further, let's find out what value num is taking on. And we can do that by adding that inside the print statement. Let's run it again. Whoa! Now this may be a little bit of a surprise, but by this point in the semester, it shouldn't be too surprising because we've seen this already. Computer scientists and Python counts from 0. So with a range of 5, we start our counting at 0 and go up to, but don't include 5. That means that anytime we want to specify exactly how many times the loop should run, we can put that actual number inside the parameter for range. And under the hood, Python starts at 0 and counts up to, but doesn't include that number. Okay, let's see how we could control the start of a loop. In example 2, we're going to start the loop at 1. So here we see range 1, 3. Start at 1 and go up to, but don't include 3. So you could predict how many times this loop will execute. Let's take a look, and we'll print the num out. Did you guess 2? That's correct. We'll start at 1 and we will go up to, but not include 3. This is very similar to the way we do slicing. Remember when we were slicing our strings, it worked the same way. Okay, let's take a look at example 3. Example 3 shows us a way that we can count backwards. And in honor of Captain Kirk, who went into space last week or the week before, let's give him a send-off. So in this case, we're starting our range at 10, and we're going backwards by an increment of -1 down to, but not including, 0. So our output counts down from 10 and sends Captain Kirk into space. Our final example is going to use an increment other than 1. Now, by default, if we use 2 inputs, one for the start, one for the finish, it will automatically use 1 for the increment. So actually, let's take another look at example 3 and see what happens if we don't include that -1 increment. We're telling Python it should start at 10 and count down to 0. Let's see what happens without indicating the -1 increment. It doesn't do the loop at all because it doesn't have a way from going from 10 to 0 by counting with 1. So it's skipping that loop and just giving us blast off Captain Kirk. So remember that if you want to go backwards, you have to remember to include your negative step increment. Finally, our last example shows us that we can use stepping other than 1 or -1. In this case, we're going to use a step size of 2. We'll start at 1. We'll go up to, but not include, 16 to show the odd-numbered billiard balls. And here they are. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. One other note, inside the print, I changed the default for ending the print statement from a new line to just a few spaces. And so all of these will print out on the same line. Have a great day. Get playing around with the for and in range and see what combinations you can come up with. Happy Python coding!